We'll watch Monkey King, then we'll watch the news, then we'll fall asleep. Like, I told my auntie, I'm not into Vietnamese girls. Nothing bad, it's just not my type. That's the thing. It doesn't hurt to meet new friends. I didn't want to meet her. I did. Ladies and gentlemen, Popeyes. Not any type of Popeyes, chicken wing Popeyes. So it's been a while. It's actually been very long since I've had Popeyes. Look, nice and fresh. Fur on it as well. How's everybody doing today? Sorry guys, I feel like I've been away for quite some time. For some reason I feel like I've been away, but let's go. Popeyes buttermilk ranch. Out of all buttermilk, or not all buttermilk, out of all ranch I've tried ever in my whole entire life, Popeyes has the best. Sweet heat. I usually never a fan of ranch, but when it comes down to Popeyes ranch, holy, whole new level. Okay, and we got some bowl barbecue sauce as well. So the family is sleeping, and we got that late night craving. Not really, it's 5. Okay, let's go. Popeyes fried chicken. Bite on this, quick time. Yeah, let's get it. Nice, soup pumpkins. Let's enjoy life. The reason why I love getting Popeyes chicken wings is they always make it fresh. And I always have to wait for it, which I'm so happy for. Because I know when I'm waiting, I know it's coming out fresh. Little sweet heat. But today I try to hack the system. How did I try to hack the system? Bubbly. The lime flavor. Tastes like Sprite. I called in before leaving the house. So I was calling, trying to make my order. It got to the point when I was trying to tell them my order, and they're trying to get down my order. And when I was getting down my order, I end up arriving. When I arrived at the station, or the Popeye station, they're still taking my order. Then they asked me, when did I want my order? But I was like, I'm already outside of your shop right now, so I want it now. And we both laughed. So try to hack the system, but the system didn't work. But all in all, still all good. Man. What was very nice of them too was to give me a deal. Because these wings alone already 25 pieces for $40, I think. But I got this for $40. Crazy, right? When I got there, I seen blackened chicken. I personally never had blackened chicken ever in my life. I know it's like a Cajun style chicken. I was gonna get it as well. But I feel like there's more than enough food for today. Every time I do make ranch now, I'm always inspired by Popeyes. Man, out of all chicken wings, there's drums, there's wingettes. It's all around equal. Like there's equal pieces of equalness. Not more than one. You know, I'll tell you right now. How many days back were in? 8 days, 10 days back from Vietnam. The only time I ever been food poisoning in Vietnam was when I ate at Popeyes in Vietnam. I have a video of it too. Me going inside a Popeyes Vietnam to eat in Da Nang City. And that was the only time I ever been food poisoned in Vietnam. Crazy, right? You would expect like outside markets, inside markets, but no. It was at Popeyes in Da Nang City. You guys search the video right now. That's when I was food poisoned. Alright. If you guys are watching, 2 videos ago, I was trying to tell you a story. How Lynn and I met and it got cut off. The reason why I got cut off is because baby dragon was pooping, right? So, Lynn knows I'm going to tell you guys a story, but Lynn is napping right now. So, if I miss anything, Lynn will tell you guys a little later, okay? But I remember it very clearly, alright? You guys get ready, get some popcorn. How Lynn and I met while eating chicken wings, right? Sorry guys, I just needed some food and so I can tell the story, okay? Not clickbait or anything, alright? Alright, after this chicken wing. Excuse me. How Lynn and I met. It was back in 2019. 2019, my best friend Dewey and Duisen was in Vietnam. And they kept telling me stories and how crazy Vietnam, how modernized Vietnam is, how fun Vietnam is here and there, but I just continue working. They always want to take me out, they always want to show me pictures. I was like, you know, I wasn't in the mood of traveling anywhere, okay? Then days gone, weeks gone, months has gone, and they will keep telling me how crazy it is, where they'll take me in Vietnam. Like back in my mind, I will always have a distinctive memory in Vietnam. The first time I ever been to Vietnam. The first time I ever been to Vietnam was 17, 18 years old. A long time ago. I was with my dad. Yeah, we just stayed in the countryside. We lived in the countryside. We didn't leave. We didn't do anything. We just stayed in the countryside and just enjoyed the countryside. Most kids growing up in the States, in Canada, and wherever outside of Vietnam will first have their first experience in Vietnam in the countryside with your family side and not even move around. Would you agree? Any Vickies in the house? Yes. And majority of the time, that side, it was fun, but it was dragging. Like you wanted to explore it, but you didn't have money. And you didn't have anybody to take you. Okay? But your parents will always love the family side, and you stay with the family side. I try not to jump more stories than it is on how I met Lynn, right? Alright. That mental thought of going to Vietnam and hang with my family. Well, I love my family, but I don't like hanging around them forever, you know, like 4 or 5 months in their household. I always wanted to go on my own, right? So that's why that's the mental thought I had for Vietnam. All right. Let's jump back to the story, right? Let's not jump the story again, alright? Sorry guys. Alright. Where were we? Alright, my mental thought right now was this and this. Alright. He kept saying, hey, come. And one day he'd be like, wow, you're working all this time? You need a break. But in my mind I was like, I don't need a break. I enjoy what I'm doing. Why do I need a break? And it's true. I love what I was doing. Why do I need a break? And what he said is like, you can make all this money here and there. I always remember this. Like, but what are you gonna do? Just save it up for whatever? And I was just like, it reached to a point where I was just like, you know what? Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Like, Dewey couldn't even accept that too. And let's go. I booked my flight. Surprised him. I was like, I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. He's like, no, 2 weeks is too little. I was like, 2 weeks? You show me the best thing in 2 weeks. I'll go and I'll come back. He's like, no, you gotta at least stay like a month or two. I was like, why would I want to stay a month or two? Because back in my mind, my mental thought was hanging around my family in Vietnam. I do love hanging around my family, but not too long, right? I have like scar tissues of hanging around with them for like 4 or 5 months with my dad at the beginning. Like, we didn't do anything. All we did was wake up, eat breakfast, drink coffee. When it hit 2 o'clock, take a nap. Then you wake up. Like, that's what I did in Vietnam back in the day. Like, I was living in the countryside, okay? That's what I did. Like, 2 a.m., take a nap till like 5 because it's too hot. And then wake up for dinner. Then the family, aunties will come and we'll eat. We'll watch, what is that? What was it? Monkey King. We'll watch Monkey King, then we'll watch the news, then we'll fall asleep. And we'll sleep very early, right? Like at 9. And that was like the same thing over and over thing in my head. I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. So that's why when I said I couldn't do it now, like that's the only memory I had of it now. But we made more. Okay, let's not jump the story, right? So that 2 weeks in, I was like, okay, show me the best time of your life. And he's like, I'm gonna do my best to show you the best time of your life. Book my ticket, book my hotel, book my Airbnb, whatever. Then the days came along. My aunt, in between all this too. No, it wasn't in between. It was in between when I booked my ticket. It was like 2 months before me leaving to Vietnam to see Dewey in Saigon. Showing me the best time of my life, which I did have the best time of my life. But I was talking to my aunt, like here and there. Then my aunt's like, hey Quang, I heard you're coming to Vietnam. I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, nice. Like, she was so excited to see me, right? She hasn't seen me for like 3, 5, 6 years. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. Then we were just talking or chatting. Then my aunt's like, do you know what? I have a neighbor you should meet. I was like, nah. I was like, nah. I'm just there to party with you and have a good time. That's all I want. I'm there for 2 weeks. I don't want to meet anybody. I just want to go see you and you said, that's it. Back in the time too, I wasn't into Vietnamese girls. Like I was telling, like Lynn knows the story. Right? I wasn't into Vietnamese girls, and I wasn't into like it was not my type. Vietnamese girls or Vietnamese girl in Vietnam wasn't my type. It was not my type. It was like too much for me. Like I just like here. Okay, that's another story. All right. See, we're jumping stories again. All right. So I was saying. My aunt heard about me coming back to Vietnam. So when my aunt heard I was coming back to Vietnam, she told the whole village. The whole village. The whole village called me and was like, hey, can you buy me this? Can you buy me this? Can you buy me this? That's another whole story, right? But that's a whole new story. Right? I'm jumping the gun again, right? So let's follow along. Right? We're on the road. My aunt asking me if I want to meet her neighbor. I said no. I denied. Within these 2 months, I denied. And I was like, I don't want to meet your neighbor. Why do I want to meet your neighbor? I'm like, oh, you should. Like, she was just kind of slipping in. We'll talk. Just slipping in. So, oh, you know, my neighbor is here. You know, you want to meet her daughter? I was like, nah, I don't want to meet your neighbor's daughter. Like, I'm not into, I told my aunt, I'm not into Vietnamese girls in Vietnam. Like, nothing bad. It's just not my type. That's the thing. Within the 2 months, weeks, it was getting closer. Then one day, I was drunk. No, I was drunk. I was partying. I was partying with somebody. Who was partying? Party with somebody, but then I came home. I was just kind of like buzzed. Then I was like, My aunt called. And I was like, she's like, oh, she brought up her neighbor again. And I was just like, do you know what? How do you say the word? There's no hurt. How do you say it? There's no hurt of meeting somebody new, right? There's nothing hurt about seeing somebody new or making friends. Okay, like, it doesn't hurt to meet new friends. That's how you say it. It doesn't hurt to meet new friends, and you're right, right? Like the only friend I have there is Dewey and Deuce, and those two people that I know, and my cousin. But my cousin's another story. That's another story, right? All right. Let me have a chicken wing, my friend. You guys enjoying the story? It's long. Like there's extension to this story, yeah. But we'll not talk about the extension. I keep extending it, but I shouldn't extend them. Okay. If you guys want an extension, I'll extend it. Like, how am I telling the story good? Is it good? I had another piece here. But, okay. Let's get back to it, my friends. The weeks was coming up. The days were coming up. Doesn't hurt to meet new friends. My aunt introduced me to her neighbor's kid. Whatever. As I thought. Then, I know her. I was buzzed that night. I still remember I was buzzed. I was like, you know what? You've been heckling me every single day about your neighbor's kid. Let me meet her right now. And she was so excited. She's like, hold on. I'll go call her right now. And she read my bluff. I was bluffing. I didn't want to meet her. I didn't. I didn't want to meet her. She caught my bluff. She caught my bluff. Then being the neighbor, she's like, wait, let me call you back in like 10 minutes. She went to grab Lynn. So we're face to face. We're talking to each other. We're talking to each other. At that time, my Vietnamese was bad. It was very bad. It was very bad. But somehow, we communicated. We were just talking. She said my Vietnamese wasn't that bad. My Vietnamese was very cute. I was just like, what's going on here? Then, we just talk. We just talk as friends. And we're just talking as friends. And I think like, I don't know, days or weeks, we're just talking before I was coming to Vietnam. Then we're talking for like maybe a week or a few days, or I don't know how many days we're talking. I think it was like 2 weeks. It had to be 2 weeks. I know I said I keep a couple days in the beginning, but then it had to be more than a few days. It was like, it was in. And the way I was communicating with Lynn, funny thing, just because I can speak like choppy Vietnamese, like back in the day. My Vietnamese is very clear now, but I was very choppy very in the beginning. But Lynn and I were just like texting back and forth, just about life. It was like, what do you like? How many kids you have, or how many family members you have. It's just like simple things like, oh nice, what do you like to eat? It's just things like that. It was like, oh nice. Like Lynn didn't even know like McDonald's. Like she didn't even know Pizza Hut. She doesn't know KFC. Well, she probably knew KFC, but because KFC is a big thing down in Vietnam. But it was like she didn't know much besides rice, fish, veggies, like what her mom cooked her. and like what her family brought her into. Like that's what she likes. I was like, do you know about this hamburger? Like no. Pizza, no. Like KFC, like Jollibee. Like oh yeah, I know about Jollibee. Like she was the village. She was like the village. But it was just like it's like I knew the village side, like because I not grew up, but when I was living there for like 4 months, like I knew the mental state of the kids there, because very poor. If they had money, they would go like like they had to have money, or like a family member from the outside, or call it Vicky, will bring them to like extravagance and stuff. Like just eat like KFC and stuff. Like Lynn was like that, where she's just she didn't know anything like besides the village side, like not a city side country girl or anything. She was just the countryside girl. Right? That's how I put it down. But yeah, we're just talking. Then I was just like, I'm coming to Saigon in these days. Like, you want to meet up? And she said, yeah, I'd like to meet up. Let's meet up. Like, it was our first time ever meeting. And I still remember it. It was in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. And she flew from Hue to Ho Chi Minh. I was just like Hue to Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh. And she waited there. And Dui was there. And Dui's cousin there, Zed. Hello, Zed. Zed was there too. And it was our first time meeting each other. Like, it seemed like the few weeks that we were talking, we got very close. Like, it was like the opposite of me. It was kind of weird, but we walked out. Oh, I walked out of Saigon airport. It was so hot. Like, I still remember how it was just like you go out the front doors, everybody's like watching you. Like, there's thousands of people just waiting, like looking at the people that are leaving the departure doors of the international flight, and you're just like, what's going on? But honestly, like, I knew what was going on, but it was so hot. And I remember just trying to listen to Dewey, because Dewey was like my tour guide. You get out, like he's like, you get out the airport, this is what you do. You get your SIM card, but then you do this, and then you do this. Baby dragons up. You do this, then I was just like, okay, I had to write it down. Then I got my SIM card, contacted Dewey. Then after Dewey, we were looking for Lynn. Baby dragon is up in his diaper. Alright guys, we'll end it here, right? Did I meet Lynn at the airport? We'll find out tomorrow on the next episode.
Ủa té luôn.